and she's hit safely in 7 of the last 8 games. She actually has a 7-game hit streak in her last 7 starts. That first play ruled an error on Sydney Romero. The other thing that really stood out, we've seen this at the college game, but we really got to see it on display this past weekend for Reese Atwood, is the absolute cannon that she has behind the plate. Cut down 2 runners trying to steal in Utah. Made a couple other great plays from behind the dish.
The rookies on the Blaze have really made a major impact. And the rookies across the AUSL have made a major impact. But these 3, Reese Atwood, Dakota Kennedy, and Carlin Pickens, who we were just talking about, have been instrumental in their success. A rookie hit in the 2 and 3 hole, and a rookie getting the start in game 1.
Reese Atwood out in the right field. Coming on to make the catch is Amari Harper. 1 away for Johnson.
Coming to the plate, left fielder number 22.
Oklahoma City has lost 4 straight. They've lost 7 of their last 9. It's a team that started really well, got a series win over the Volts, and then won the first game of the Chicago series. So got off to a 3-1 start. They had one of the best offenses in the league, but things have just started to cool off. The pitching has not been great so far this year, so that's why they're so excited to have this trio back from Japan. And then also they add that 6th arm with Lindsey Grind. Up and in, that hit Dakota Kennedy.
And it's been trying to limit the free passes from their pitchers. They've been hit hard the past couple of games. Maya Johnson, her most used pitch so far as a pro has been her drop ball, which is completely different than what she showed at Belmont. She's using that drop ball 23% more than what she did at Belmont. Will work side to side with their screw and curve, and will change speeds with her changeup as well. But that screwball right there is a nice looking pitch to the righties. That pitch gets a lot of swings and misses when it's right at the knees or tails a little bit up.
0-1 count to Bailey Klingler, just her 4th game back. One of that long list returning from Japan last week, so it really feels like everybody's at full strength for the most part right now. There are some injuries, of course, that are just part of it, like Maya Brady, who is currently out for Oklahoma City. That is a huge miss. Jessie Warren is also out, and that's where they went and got Lindsey Grind and Kirsten Roos. There's Brady and Warren in the dugout.
So that means that Jessie Warren's teammate from Florida State, Sydney Sherrill, will be playing 3rd base when Jessie Warren is healthy. She's playing 3rd base, and Sydney Sherrill is playing 2nd base.
Klingler just 1 for 9 in the first 3 games back. Takes that pitch outside, ball 1.
Just feels like Oklahoma City has to start having some shutdown innings early in the game. Their series against the Bandits was tough.
That is roped into left field. Leach is coming home. The throw in time, and she's out. It's an excellent throw from left field from Sydney McKinney.
And you'll take a shutdown inning however you can get it. From an outfield assist to being able to make plays at the plate like this. This is not something that Lindsay Leftwich, the 3rd base coach, wanted Aubrey Leach to go on, but very aggressive, wanted to test the arm of Sydney McKinney, and Aubrey Leach goes home anyway, and they were able to get her.
That is not a place we've seen a lot of Sydney McKinney in the outfield. We've seen her at 3rd base, shortstop, 2nd base. You just don't see her in the outfield a lot, or at least we haven't on this part of the globe.
I'm telling you, watching the Spark play against the Bandits for 2 games, the Bandits look unstoppable at the plate, and the Spark just could not figure out ways to get outs, walks, hit by pitches, errors, and a ton of hits put up by the Bandits. The Spark need an inning where they put up a 0 here. Another mistake here.
It's by Delaney Wiz behind the plate. So now 2 in scoring position for Anna Gold. Had a pair of hits in the Talon series, but 3 of her 7 on the season came back in game 2 of the year. Gold didn't get all this, and Roos makes a nice grab on the infield. There's the 0 you talked about. Maya Johnson starting off the right way.
And her defense had her back. Sydney McKinney out in left field, a perfect one.
Tennessee had a great reaction sitting with her family as she learned that her pro fate would be in her home state of North Carolina. This is all she's done so far. Top 3 in all of these categories: wins, opponent batting average, ERA, and strikeouts, and she's taking on a big workload for this staff.
And nobody throws harder in her game right now than Carlin Pickens. She is the hardest thrower in the league, and I'd say the hardest thrower in the world.
And no team in the AUSL needed this type of an influence from a rookie like the Blaze needed in the circle. Their pitching staff was the worst in the league last year by quite a ways. Over 6 was their ERA. This is the lineup they face. It's a dangerous one, although they've been a little slow as of late. But 18 home runs still leads the AUSL, despite only hitting 2 in the last 4 games. And both of those actually came yesterday in their loss to Chicago. This is one who can really help. Sydney McKinney, who has not yet played with Maya Brady, and that is a duo that is going to be a nightmare when they get on the same field together, because you cannot keep them off the base paths. McKinney has played in 3 games, already has 2 multi-hit games, and a ton of speed as she nearly beats that out to second base.
You're going to want to pay attention to the score bug in the upper left-hand corner, because Carlin Pickens already throwing 74, 75 miles an hour. So you'll see the speed every pitch that she throws. Her drop ball that she throws is her hardest pitch. She'll work in a rise ball and a changeup as well. But 75 miles an hour for her drop ball. She will bring her rise ball in at about 68. And then her changeup, believe it or not, is 65 miles an hour, which is top speeds for some of the pitchers that are in the AUSL. But she throws that drop ball a ton, mixing that changeup a little bit, and that rise ball too.
This is scorched up the middle by Sydney Romero. Says, I'll see your 74-mile-per-hour pitch, and I'll raise you to 77 off the bat.
Number 97, Delaney.
Just letting Carlin Pickens provide the power on that drop ball that stays up. She did slip getting out of the box. Look at that right there.
For CF.
I hope that was just a slip and she wasn't hurt. Last thing that the Spark needs is another veteran on their team to be hurt, to add to Jessie Warren and Maya Brady.
Strike one, Delaney whiz, a 1-1 count for the 3-hole whiz. Just 3 for 16 in the last 6 games. Had a great start to the season. Hits in 6 of the first 7. Rips it to left. It's a no-doubter over the bleachers for Delaney Whiz. Her 5th home run of the season.
Nobody has more home runs in this league than the Oklahoma City Spark, and they have not been hitting them often the past few games. But this is their offense. They are built with power and a high slugging percentage, and this is why that shutdown inning in the first was so important, so that the Spark could come up to the plate and be the one that initiates the scoring first. When they do that, that's their game. That's their strength. They are hard to beat when they're swinging the bat like that.
Ground ball left side, tough one to handle for Gold. That's an excellent play at third base, and there's 2 outs. The home run for Wiz ties her for 2nd in the league with Maya Brady and Aaliyah Benford. The leader, of course, is Megan Grant.
Look at how deep Anna Gold gets into her legs right here to generate power to make that long throw. If she's up out of her legs, there's no way that she has enough upper body strength to make that long throw, but she knew she needed to use her bottom half to be able to make that out.
Just 1 error on the season for Anna Gold. It actually came in this last series, game 1 against the Talons. Approximately noon Eastern, also in action Tuesday. The Americans, Taylor Townsend, Taylor Fritz, and Madison Keys. That's Tuesday on ESPN. All those matches also streaming on the ESPN app.
Center had a tough one today, and no Carlos Alcaraz. Been injured with a wrist injury.
been an interesting month in tennis because the French Open, all the stars just seem to disappear in that one.
I know.
See if they can rebound a little bit here. Inning number 2 for Maya Johnson. She had base runners to deal with. Aubrey Leach reached on an error, a hit by pitch, and then a single, but was able to strand a pair. Also got a ton of help from that great throw out in left field by Sydney McKinney. Now faces Jenna Laird to lead things off. The former Missouri Tiger had a really slow start to the season, but was 5 for 10 against Utah in that 3-game series.
How fun was that series in Durham that we had at the Durham Bulls Stadium? And we had great crowds and
ground ball left side. That stayed perfectly on the ground for Sydney Romero, and there's one out.
Well, I do want to point out it's a little bit tricky because this turf does a great job of looking like dirt, but it is completely turf. Yeah, I know, it's tricky.
I had forgotten until this very moment.
I know.
And Romero got a weird hop earlier, and I was thinking, it's the dirt, but it's so funny.
This turf is probably the turf that it just looks exactly like dirt, like more than any other turf I've ever seen.
I think on TV it's easier to tell, so before the viewers are too harsh on us. 1-1 count for Alyssa Brito. Has to be comfortable in this part of the country, not far from Norman, where she spent 3 years at Oklahoma, 3 national titles, couple first-team All-American nods. Outside 2-2 count here from Johnson to Brito, who slow start offensively, but just 1 error defensively. So the left side of that infield for Carolina has just 2 combined errors between Gold and Brito. It's been a great partnership over there. Brito takes again, full count. She also made a SportsCenter top 10 play while mic'd up, talking about making coffee for her teammates this past weekend against Utah.
She's so athletic.
Good swing here into center field. Brito's got a 1-out base hit.
They're definitely looking for her bat to get going a little bit more, kind of like Jenna Laird, whose bat did get going in Durham last weekend. This is a little bit off the end of the bat, but she's just so strong, able to muscle that curveball out to center field. Didn't get all of it, got enough of it. She'll take it.
Just her 6th hit of the season so far. That is strike 1 on the inside corner to Devin Netz, who we only saw for 1 at bat in their Game 3 win over the Talons. It was a solo home run. It was Devin's 2nd of the season. She falls behind 0-2.
You know, it's just been so interesting to me, Chucky, watching Maya Johnson come to the AUSL and completely change her pitch usage and the type of pitcher that she is. When she was at Belmont this past season, she threw her rise ball 40% of the time and only threw her drop ball about 17% of the time. But here, she is a more down ball pitcher with her drop, screw, curve, and change. And her rise ball is her least used pitch after being her most used pitch at Belmont. It's so challenging to do, is to completely change your game, and it's because these hitters are so powerful. We're seeing a lot of home runs in our game, the college game, but of course here in AUSL as well. So trying to keep the ball down, avoid elevating pitches up in the zone, because then a hitter tends to elevate them out of the park. So she's leaning more down in the zone to keep the ball on the ground.
Well, we saw probably her best outing of her career a couple weeks ago. 4 innings against the Bandits, ended up in a run rule win in just 5. But she only gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and no runs. You talked a lot about the screwball on that occasion because she had a lot of right-handed bats that she was really hammering away with the screwball that was basically being thrown to perfection that day. Threw a complete game in their season opener on this field, a win over the Volts. Gave up 5 earned, but I think that moment right there still showed she can fight through it. at the pro level. There's the strikeout.
And the screwball that you were talking about, that she loves to throw to the right-handed hitters. And that one, I feel like at times her screwball can kind of move differently. Sometimes it kind of serves as a backdoor curve. It kind of comes back on the plate. Other times it moves up. Other times it actually moves away from the hitter. It's kind of tricky.
Ball one to Alicia Ocasio. Wiz held it there, an extra tick, begging for it. Ocasio had a 5-game hit streak to start the season. She slowed down a little bit. Had some good swings that haven't come to anything. She did have a triple against the Talons, but in that same game hit another one to basically the same spot on the right field wall and was robbed by Caroline Jacobson. Back off the metal stanchion that is there for one of our cameras.
Wait, did you just make that word up, or is that a real word?
Stanchion?
That's a real thing?
I don't know if I got the... I don't know if that technically is a stanchion. I'm thinking like basketball, the stanchion, you know?
No,
Like a basket.
I don't know.
I feel like I don't have the definition on me.
You'd be Googling in between innings.
I am. Two-two count to Ocasio with 2 outs. And there she goes on strikes, back to back.